Today we'll be looking at passing progression. So, you are too faithful to fail me. That's it there. You are too faithful to disappoint me. You're proving yourself in my life. Come to realize you are too faithful to fail. A passing progression is a short sequence of chords inserted between two main chords. So you are too faithful to fail me. I did it. 7, 3, 6. You are too faithful to then 2. See that? So literally, the 251 and 736 is the same. It's all about whether you are resolving to a major or a minor. So for example, if you take C as a major chord, that is, we are resolving to C, which is a major chord, we'll play the 2, 5, 1. But if I take C as a minor, I must be looking at its relative major, which is the E flat. It's going to sound like this. Did you hear that now? That it has changed. Okay, let me make it clear on the key of A minor. Since the song I did, you are too faithful to fail me, then I did it. Don't worry, I will still explain why I play this way. It's not compulsory you play that way either. That's the E7 sharp 9. So I did. It sounded 6. It sounded 7, 3, 6, because my attention was on the key of C. If you have to think of it from the key of A, look at this chord. That is chord 2. It's just that it's not a full chord 2 like this. If you're thinking of it as A major, this is chord 2. Then you play the 3. You can even play the 3 this way. It's not compulsory you play the 7 sharp 9. So you can play the 3 and back to this part here. So if you look at it from A, this is 2 and the 5. Is that not E? Right? And then 1. Did you see that now? So it's all about where you are resolving to when you are using them. So the 251, always remember, play the 2 to be a minor 7th. The 5, you can also play dominant 7th, depends, but you can still play the normal 1 and back to 1. But if you're playing the 736, the 7th, you can play it as diminished 5, it still work. But most time we play the minor 7th flat 5. That's what I use there. I just like it. Then instead of playing the literal the E 7th, I now play the E 7 sharp 5. That is it here. E7 sharp 9. I mean, you can see the sharp 9 up here. I just like the voicing. So you can play just the E minor or E7, dominant 7, and back to 1. But what is going to sound is 7 and 3 and 6. I can still continue. Let's say I'm going to chord 4. I can do again 2, 5, 1. You see, I did 2, 5, 1. The reason is that I know that chord 4 is a major. Look at this on the key of F. Your 2, your 5, and 1. Did you see that now? Because I knew that F is a major chord. Now, let me explain this so that you won't mix it up together. If we are playing the 251, right, we know we are ending on a major. You know, I told you that 251 and 736 is the same. For example, now if I play the 2 on the key of A, look at it, this is called 2 on the key of A. You can hear the way it sounds. Well, if you prefer your 736 to sound that way, fine, no problem. Which means it's going to sound no problem. But major, most of these altar chord, what they do is that it allows me to play within the scale of C. You can see that there is less of the sharp key, more of the white keys there. Whereas you are thinking from another key. In essence, you are going to a major, you do 2, 5, 1. If you are going to a minor, you do 7, 3, 6. This helps you in a way that it makes you think of just the key you are playing presently. So that is the advantage. But another ground, you must see that, hey, this 736 is also 251 on that key I'm resolving to. I hope you understand. That is how this passing progression work. They are just two widely used. There are other passing progression, but I'm not going to do that in this tutorial. But the widely used one is the 251 going to a major and 736 going to a minor. So just know how you voice it. So basically, for simplicity, you can play your 2 to be just the D minor, then 5, or 5 major, and 1. Simplicity, you can play the 7 as diminish. You can play the 3 as E7, dominant 7th, and 1. That's for start. But to spice up, as you start playing along, you start having a distinction between the kind of chord you like to use when you are playing. So I do this passing progression around the 12 keys. I'm going to 1, 2, 5, 1. I'm going to 6, 7, 3, 6. I'm going to 4, 2, 5, 1. Let's say I'm going to 5. I can do, it will also work too. Did you see that? So I do this exercise on the keys. For example, if I go to the G, 2, 5, 1, then 7, 3, 6, then 2, 5, 1. So let me play slowly. 2, 5, 1, right? 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1 to go to C. 2, 5, 1. That's on the key of G. If I go to the key of D, right, I will do my 2, 5, 1 will be 2, 5, 1, then 7, then 3, 6, then 2, 5, 1. I do that. So let me take it slowly. 2, 5, 1, 7, 3, 6, and 2, 5, 1. On the key of A, so I do 2, 5, 1, 7, 3, 6, then 2, 5, 1. So on the key of E, take your time to explore it. This will really improve your playing if you're able to do it around the 12 keys. On the key of E, we're going to have the 2, 2, 5, 1, then 7. I like this bar. 6, then 2, 5, 1. Did you see that now? Then after E, I'm moving the circle of fifths, is B, right? So I have the 2, 5, 1, then 7, 3, 6, then 2, 5. So that is B. Then after B, what do we have? Then we have F sharp. Yeah, 5, 1, 7, or 3, 6, then 2, 5, 1. On C sharp, it's gonna be 2, 5, 1, right? 7, 3, 6, then 2, 5, 1. So the best advice is to do this exercise around the 12 keys. Don't forget it. You can play it in a simple form. You can play it in altered, just like the way I've played it, and you can still listen to another person and say, okay, I think I like the voicing of this 251 or 736. So it's not compulsory that you follow mine. But the rule says that the 251 or 736 is the same. It's all about where you are resolving to. There are a lot of voices out there that talk about the 251 and 736 you might want to incorporate. If you have any question, don't forget to drop it in the comment section. Let me know which of these passing progression you like to try out, or if there's anyone you have difficulty on, you can ask question. I will definitely respond to you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye for now.